Okay, so today we are doing lesson 6-6, and today we're going to multiply decimals by decimals. Okay. Say you have 3.45 times 4.6, okay? In a problem like this where you multiply, do we normally put the larger number on the top or on the bottom? We always put the larger number on the top when we multiply, right? Why do you think 3.45, that's smaller than 4.6, right? 3 is smaller than 4. Why do I have 3.45 on the top of this problem and 4.6 on the bottom? Lily?
Because 3.45 has more digits than 4.6.
Perfect. It has more digits. So whenever you see a multiplication problem with decimals, with two different decimals, even if the number is smaller, you're always going to put the number with more digits on the top and less digits on the bottom, okay? Then we're going to do basically the same thing as we did on Friday with these kinds of numbers, okay? You're just going to ignore the decimal points and you're going to treat it like a 3-digit by 2-digit multiplication problem, okay? So see if you guys can solve this. Don't look at me because I'm going to solve it too, but try in your paper, see if you can solve this. 345 times 46. And see if you can solve it faster than me. Some of you might be able to. Anybody done? So, doing the example on your own, you should have got 15870. Is that what you got if you finished?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So, I just did my regular multiplication by the 6, then I did my multiplication by the 4. But now, I have to worry about the decimal points. Okay? I crossed this off in the beginning, but I had a decimal point in between the 3 and the 45, and I had a decimal point in between the 4 and the 6. Okay? When you're multiplying two decimals together, the book is going to tell you to put your decimal in a reasonable place. Well, how do you know what a reasonable place is? Does anybody think they might know? How am I going to decide on the bottom here where the decimal point belongs? Because you're multiplying a number with two places past the decimal point by a number with one place past the decimal point. What do you think, Dylan?
Since there's 3 numbers behind the decimal, you have to move the 3 to the left on the answer.
Perfect, okay? So I look that there's 1, 2, 3 numbers to the right of decimal points in the problem up here. So I go down to my answer at the bottom and I move the decimal point 1, 2, 3 places to the left and I get 15.870. Can I write 15.87 as my answer? Yeah, sure. Does that seem like it's a reasonable answer? Even without estimating, you don't even have to estimate with decimals. You can look. 3.45, if I rounded that to the whole number, what is that? 3. 4.6, if I round that to the whole number, what's that? What's 3 times 5? 15. If my answer is 15.87, I just estimated really quick and got 15. I know that makes some kind of sense. Okay? So that was just one example, but you're really doing the exact same thing that we did on Friday, except this time instead of only one of the numbers having decimals, 2 of the numbers have decimals, and you have to count the total number of spaces past the decimal point in the whole entire problem. Okay?